Today we're going to talk about why invest in self-storage. An interesting fact about self-storage is that there are more self-storage facilities in the United States than all Starbucks, McDonald's, and Burger Kings combined. In fact, there is over 60,000 facilities nationwide, which is more than all fast food chains. 1 in every 10 Americans use a self-storage, and what's interesting is that 66% of Americans that use self-storage also have a garage. And generally, people have such an attachment to their belongings that there's a TV show called Tidying Up with Marie Kondo, which is essentially centered around people trying to declutter their homes, and she helps them in the process. And she has a little saying, if it doesn't spark joy, put it in self-storage on autopay. And that's really the reality of it. But all kidding aside, you might be like me and wonder why so many people use self-storage. I generally consider myself to be a minimalist, but as life goes on and my family grows, the need to expand our home has become increasingly clear. And so we had to pack up our belongings and put everything in self-storage to clear out and begin the home renovation process. And this is just one of many things that drive the personal uses of self-storage, which can be summed up in 2 words: life events. Age, relocation, moving, downsizing, traveling the country, retirement. It's just some of the many life events that keep the self-storage industry booming. We've also found that 30% of our customers are actually businesses that rent their units for staging furniture, equipment, food delivery, landscaping crews, contractors, staging of materials, just to name a few. And today, we live in an ever-increasing subscription service world, and companies know how hard it is to cancel a subscription. Sometimes they make it difficult, and sometimes you make it difficult on yourself. Take an unused gym membership as an example. For one, the gym might make it incredibly difficult for you to cancel, but there's also a little bit to blame on yourself, which is the whole, oh, I'll go back to the gym someday. I'm not going to cancel it quite yet. Well, storage is an incredibly sticky business. Our average stay in our portfolio, as an example, is 48 months. And just imagine the physical effort it would take you to move your belongings into storage and the mental relief in freeing up space in your home. Getting that clutter out of your life is just one of the many side benefits of getting a self-storage unit. But with the average cost right around $88 a month, how excited is somebody to actually go rent a truck, drive to their unit, clear it out, and cancel their subscription? Probably not going to happen. And that's why we've created a $39 billion industry. But taking a step back, when we were looking at investing in self-storage in 2016, we found the self-storage REITs were outperforming the S&P and all other REITs by over 300%. And this attracted us to the space because of its stellar performance during not only good times, but bad times as well. And in fact, the last 2 downturns, self-storage was among the top performing asset class. And during COVID, the self-storage industry experienced a record number of customers as rates soared, as people moved, downsized, jobs relocated, businesses downsized, and people made room to work from home. Specifically, from June 2020 to June 2021, rents soared nationwide by 12.7%. Occupancy increased as Americans moved, downsized, relocated, or just decided to put their stuff in storage and hit the road. And as times of eviction moratoriums, rent freezes, and heavy government restrictions were in place, self-storage stayed open for business with increasing rates, occupancy, and had no eviction moratoriums. And this is what makes self-storage so different, is that there are no toilets, leasing agents, appliances, water heaters, evictions, trash units on turnover. But you might be wondering, how does this compare to other real estate investments? And when comparing self-storage to multifamily and single-family home investing, you'll find that the benefits are similar from the tax perspective. The average stay is fairly similar, and generally economies of scale can be similar with the exception of maybe investing in single-family homes. However, where self-storage really breaks away from the pack, though, is automation, rent recapture, and low maintenance. All of our facilities are highly automated, meaning that our customers can book, pay, sign a lease, access the facility, and enter a unit without speaking to anybody. And this has reduced our payroll complexity and makes us a COVID-proof business with contactless rentals. And with automation, it allows us to automatically lock a customer out after 5 days of non-payment. Our gate software switches off access and our customer unit is overlocked. But perhaps the most powerful lease provisions in real estate is one of the first paragraphs in a self-storage lease. The owner has the right to lien the occupant's belongings after 30 days of non-payment. This allows us to recapture our rent by leveraging the self-storage auction process and selling the customer's belongings to not only to recover our unit, but recoup the lost rents. And when the eviction moratorium swept the United States, self-storage was safe from any restrictions. So you might wonder, why doesn't everybody invest in self-storage? But the answer is they do. So let's just focus on the largest owner and operator of self-storage, Public Storage. In Q4 of 2021, they dropped $1.5 billion in storage, and not less than 10 months previous, they had dropped $1.8 billion on the acquisition of Easy Storage, which traded for over $400 a square foot. So in total, just during the pandemic times, Public dropped over $3 billion on new self-storage acquisitions. Bill Gates also jumped into the industry by buying a portion of StoreMart, which is one of the largest owners of self-storage. But it doesn't end there. Blackstone dropped $1.2 billion on the purchase of self-storage during Q4 of 2020. So that's why it tends to be difficult to find your own self-storage facility that pencils in your backyard. It's a small, tight-knit industry that has capital pouring into the space. But in 2020, Spartan Investment Group became the 90th largest owner and operator of self-storage in the United States, with over 1.5 million rentable square feet spread across 35 facilities in 10 states. Spartan Investment Group operates its self-storage facilities under the Free Up Storage national brand, which Spartan oversees all aspects of the operations to include the property and asset management, construction, acquisition, and the eventual sale. So thank you for watching, and to learn more about self-storage investing, visit our YouTube channel, Learn page on our website, or feel free to reach out to us by contacting investors at spartan-investors.com. Thanks for watching.